The shortcut is a lie. The hack doesn't get you there. And if you want to take the easy road, it won't take you to where you want to be. Stronger, smarter, faster, healthier.
When it comes to getting big, strong boulders for shoulders that us natural skinny men desire, that also complements a nice V-tapered look for that upper back, right? Most natural skinny guys get their workout programs for this completely wrong. I'm going to explain why that's the case in this video. So, in the last 6 months, I've been reviewing and looking at lots of different workout programs from skinny guys that reach out to me that are struggling to put on muscle size and strength. And pretty much every time that I see these workout logs, they're following these giant bodybuilding workouts that they see from big, giant competitive bodybuilders, a lot of which are on steroids too, following these giant workouts of upwards of 50 sets or more. And on top of that, they're also making the mistake of doing several different muscle groups per workout. So for example, a very, very common workout of National Bench Press Monday that includes bench work for the chest, shoulders, as well as triceps, and then on top of that, 2 abs, and then not core work, but abs, as well as cardio after that. So you're talking 5 different things right there: chest, shoulders, triceps, core work, and then cardio. That is a massive monster of a workout. So one problem with that alone, I'll address that right away in this video, is that, so in the event this workout takes, I don't know, 1 to 2 hours, probably closer to 2 hours for this workout, ask yourself this: how much energy do you think they get to work with in general? And do you think that you have the energy on demand or in supply, for that matter, to be able to put in 100% effort with every rep and every set of that workout? No, you don't. It's not physically possible. And so, especially with these giant workouts, so in the event that you have a 45-minute workout that you're doing like a shitload of volume with that, chances are you are having very, very fast, short rest intervals with that. And you're changing the game from not only from strength to bodybuilding, but now bodybuilding to endurance. And that's a whole different challenge in itself of you're not going to get big and strong muscles from doing endurance-based workouts. That's a whole different conversation by itself. Anyway, so not to branch out with that, but going back to the workouts, it's very common for me to see natural skinny guys doing these giant monster workouts that are including chest in the bench press, in the form of a press or a push from a functional movement standpoint. Starting off with that, followed by some shoulders midway in there, and then some triceps, and then some core work, and it's a monster of a workout. Now, with that being said, I do want to acknowledge that I do applaud your efforts for putting in the work and doing all that. However, these workouts are just not effective for us skinny guys with a fast metabolism, a slender ectomorph frame, because we already need lots of calories in the first place to grow bigger and stronger, and these workouts are depleting us like crazy of the energy that we need to grow, which is a whole different video in itself of calories. So, all right. So a quick disclaimer with this, full transparency here again. I took 0 notes with this video. I'm just going off the flow with this. So if I do a lot of correction on the spot, that's why I have 0 notes in front of me with this. I'm just going with the flow. So moving on. So personally, for me, I am a big component and advocate of low volume workouts. Actually, not even to address that yet. So the shoulder itself. Let's get back on track here. The shoulder itself, right? This guy. There are 3 different muscle groups, or 3 different heads for that matter. You have the front deltoid, the side, and the rear. 3 different heads of the shoulder, right? And in my experience of looking at lots of different workout logs, most skinny guys like to do lots of dumbbell overhead press work, which is fine. Seated overhead, things of that nature. They do several variations of this too, of the same movements, whether it's with dumbbells or a seated machine, right? Whatever. From there, they might do some side lateral motions, either with dumbbells or machine, whatever. again, I applaud your efforts for at least showing up and putting in the work. It's better than nothing. And then lastly, they might, this is actually very rare, of doing some rear delt work, of which a common exercise for that would be face pulls, as well as the let's call it a reverse like fly for that matter. In reality, all you're doing is a bent over version of that, where you kind of like bent over like this and kind of move your shoulders to work just the shoulder and not put your whole back into it to mimic a row. A very different exercise with that. So the point being is that once a skinny guy gets to shoulders, not only is he already depleted of energy from the bench press, which I'm doing like 20 sets of that alone, which is a conversation by itself. And so by the time they even get to shoulders, they're already massively depleted of energy, right? And so not only do we lack energy and the drive to have a good effective workout, which is shoulders, we're also not doing effective exercises to properly stimulate a deep enough response for strength and growth, for muscle growth at the same time, right? This is why personally for me, I choose to have shoulders on my own separate day to avoid having that loss of energy going into shoulders, as well as putting 100% efforts into every rep and every set of that entire shoulder workout to put all of my focus and energy into the front, rear, and side delts. Correction, the front, middle, one more time, the front, middle, and rear delts. Middle, okay, one more time. Front, side, rear. There we go. Like, we got her. So anyway, I learned this myself at some point in time in the past, where I noticed that I started to dread my my chest, shoulders, and tricep workouts, because I realized one day that it is just way too much volume, and therefore I made the adjustment of where I separated chest, shoulders, and triceps to where I would put chest and shoulder, correction, to where I would put chest / the bench as well as triceps in the same exercise, whereas I would have shoulders with their own completely separate day for that workout program. So, and from there, you can now focus all of your energy and your efforts on having one day of just the bench, chest, triceps, things of that nature, and then have your own separate day just for shoulders. Now, going back to what I was saying earlier about low volume, I am a huge advocate and big supporter and firm believer of low volume workouts. I've showed my logs to several of my skinny guys in my private Facebook group that the majority of my workouts are anywhere from 9 to 12 sets total for the entire workout, not just for one freaking muscle group, not for one exercise, total for the entire workout. I know, something to kind of take into consideration, because we've been what's the word I'm looking for here? We've been ingrained by the bodybuilding industry that more is better, especially when it comes to workouts, and that if we're not doing 30, 40, 50, or even more sets of volume with that per workout, that we're not creating a deep enough muscle growth and strength response to get bigger and stronger as an actual skinny guy. The problem here is that I'm doing these massive workouts for our super fast metabolism and our lifestyle that's super busy, that's on the go a lot. We are having to conserve energy throughout these workouts, and with that, so the longer the workout is, the less energy that you're putting in, or correction, the less energy and the less efforts you're putting in at the same time with these giant workouts. So, and that's right there is the difference between like just doing this to check it off the box quick, to say, hey, I did it, of doing this, versus and just putting everything you have into those sets, right? Versus, okay, cool, check, next. Like, there is a massive difference in results between the mindset of checking out the box versus putting every ounce of energy and 100% effort into every rep of every set of that workout. And therefore, physiologically speaking, it is physically impossible to put in the amount of effort and energy that you need with these giant workouts that is required of you in order to stimulate that muscle growth and strength response that you need for us to grow. That is why the burps, I have the hiccups and burps right now. My apologies. That is why I am a firm believer in low volume workouts, to give it everything I have with every rep of every set. And by the time I'm done at about anywhere from 9 to 12 sets, sometimes 15 is like my upper limit of where I'm smoked, I am absolutely fried by the end of that workout, because of putting in 100% effort and all of my energy, all my focus, all my strength into that workout. I don't need to do 30, 40, 50 sets of volume over the course of 2+ hours, plus core / ab exercises, plus cardio afterwards. That is insane. Again, I applaud your efforts. I respect the drive. I respect the determination and the grind. However, there are much more effective and better methods that you can do to stimulate to get better results with far less time, with a much easier and far more effective workout that is tailored for us, for our genetics and metabolism as not just skinny men, to get bigger and stronger. Guess what? I've already wrote programs for us for this that are tailored for you guys, right? So that was kind of my pitch right there. Just that I just blurted out there randomly. So for me, when it comes to shoulder work, once again, I have shoulders on their own separate day, so that I can put in 100% effort, 100% energy, 100% focus into just those 3 heads of the front, side, and rear deltoids. Boom, get in, crush it, tear it up, shut that muscle down, as David Goggins likes to say a lot in his older videos. Trade that growth response, create that strength response, and go from there, right? Instead of checking off the box of doing these giant workouts of chest, bench work, shoulder work, triceps work, core work, and then cardio, I'm getting tired just thinking about it. Like I've literally looked at these giant workout logs. And I'm like, oh my! So whereas mine is like closer to this. Like, but okay. So once again, though, to relate, the reason I'm able to address this is because I once did all this stuff myself. Many years ago, I also did giant workouts. I'd work out twice a week. Correction, twice a day, doing these giant monster workouts of 30, 40, 50, lots and lots of volume, and doing lots of accessory exercises. And I got nowhere with this. I put in a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of freaking sweats, and a lot of grind, and I got 0 results. In fact, that's how I went through adrenal exhaustion and ended up being having an eating disorder as well many years ago with that. I also was not getting in the calories to go with it. That's a whole different video by itself, though. Go from there. But so I can absolutely relate to the struggles that you guys are having. And I can relate to the mindset of that, and that's why I'm able to talk about the stuff and to give you guys awareness of, hey, I respect the drive, I respect the grind, I respect the efforts, but just know that those giant workouts are not effective for our genetics as not just skinny men, and therefore we need to train smarter with a better, more effective approach that's tailored for our genetics lifestyle as skinny men. My workout itself is literally just it's this right here: overhead press, the barbell overhead press, dumbbell side laterals, face pulls, and I recently added a finisher of 1 to 2 sets of what's called around the world, where we take a heavy 50-pound plate and just do this like around your head. That works your entire upper body of like shoulders, the back, the neck, the traps, everything, the arms as well. Just one or two sets of that. Last week was just 1 set of that. So, but 3 sets of the overhead press, the barbell standing overhead press, 3 sets of the dumbbell side laterals, 3 sets of face pulls, and then the extra finisher of that around the rule. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10, maybe 11 sets total for the entire workout of shoulders. That's the entire workout. Whereas I've literally seen skinny guys, the workout logs, that's their freaking, that's just for one muscle group of 12 sets on the bench press over the course of 45 minutes to then get to shoulders. Again, I applaud the efforts, but I'm telling you that that's not an effective method for our genetics to work your shoulders on the same day as chest. And the fact that I know it doesn't work because A, I've done it before myself many years ago to know that it doesn't work. And secondly, the fact that I keep seeing more and more skinny guys reach out that have been lifting weights for upwards of a year longer, being very consistent with it, following these giant workout programs, and they're not seeing results. That's why I know these methods are not effective. And then there's me of my results of I went from 148 pounds in June of 2024 to 175 a few months later. And I was able to hit 5 personal records and put on hella muscle size and strength in the process of that. Because I know what I'm doing. On top of that, so I not only have 15 years of experience working out, but I've also, and just in the last few years, I have mastered and specialized a system for us natural skinny guys to hit the most effective workouts that give us the best bang for our buck as natural skinny guys. I've developed that, mastered it. If you're interested in learning more about that, let me know, and I will gladly share this up with you guys, because I'm excited to see you guys absolutely crush it. And it makes me sad, for lack of a better word, to keep seeing guys, skinny guys, put in so much work to wake up super early in the morning, to put in so much work, so much effort, so much time with these super crazy workouts, and then to be left frustrated, pissed off, drained, miserable, depressed, defeated, and burnt out, and depressive, if I'd mentioned that one already, a year or whatever later, after putting in all that time, effort, energy, and work, to be left with 0 results a year from now. That was me a long time ago. I can relate to that. So, and that's why I'm now on a mission to help you guys absolutely crush it by giving you a much more effective workout program that's designed for your genetics, your metabolism, your busy lifestyle, and go from there. So, bottom line here, as a recap, stop doing giant shoulder workouts. Correct them. Stop doing giant workouts in general. To have shoulders, if you want big, strong boulders for shoulders, do them separately in your workout program. Do not include shoulders into a massive workout that's already doing lots of bench work, chest work, and triceps work. Do them separately throughout the week. I promise you, by doing that, by putting in 100% efforts, 100% energy, and all of your focus into the front, side, and rear delts in one workout, just solely on that, do that for consistently over a few months, I promise you, you will see results in your shoulders. I promise you, on top of everything else that you're doing with shoulders, of pull-ups, deadlifts that I mentioned in a different video, as well as farmers carries, which was also a good one. But low volume stuff, 100% efforts, and I guarantee you that you will get results, assuming that you're putting in the efforts, assuming that the growth protocols are there as well with food, water, and sleep. So follow that program. Follow that program. Stop doing these giant workouts. Have shoulders on their own separate day, and I promise you, you will see results. Assuming everything else is in place with growth protocol. Oh my God, with growth protocols. There we go. We got her. So that's all I got for you. Until next time, JB out.